Okay, welcome to our ELAN tutorial. ELAN is the software that we'll be using to do our linguistic analysis in this course, EI 435 Linguistics of American Sign Language. You will find ELAN on the internet. It's free. You can download it, and you can download those PDF files that the manual that comes with it. I've also placed on Blackboard this file that will allow you to get some quick insights into ELAN. It's a tutorial that's been done by a deaf person. It's very simple. There are lots of pictures explaining the features of ELAN and how to go about doing your annotations, setting up your tiers, and manipulating the various features of ELAN. So make good use of this as you work through with your project. Okay, let's get started. You will also find on Blackboard the glossing conventions that I want you to use. Pay particular attention to this file because this is what you're going to use to put your glossing in ELAN as you do your annotations and transcribe the data, both for non-manual as well as the manual signs that I used. First, you want to click on File, New. You need to locate the file that you want. So in my case, this file is on my hard drive. Find the file that I'm looking for. You can either double click it or click once and then send it across there. If we had already created an ELAN file and set up our tiers and we simply wanted to use the same set of tiers, we could do that. But in this case, we're going to just have the media file and we're going to set up our tiers. Click OK. And there you have your file. Now, we want to set up the tiers. What are these tiers? The tiers are going to be used for you to do your annotations, and that's going to be dependent on whether the perspective from which you're looking at the data. What exactly do you want to analyze this data for? Are you looking to see the morphemes being used by this person? Are you checking in your language sample for the lexical categories, the use of nouns and pronouns, verbs, adjectives? Do you want to see whether the person is using classifiers or not? Are they using it correctly? Are you checking for non-manual markers for use of spatial referencing? What exactly are you analyzing for? Syntax. So, to set up your tiers, you click on Tier, Add New Tier, and then you need to type the name of the tier. So let's say our tier is going to be Gloss, and this is going to be the tier where we're putting all the glossing. The participant, the annotator, so let's say Stephen is doing the annotation. Then click Add. We want to have a second tier for English translation. Participant, Paulson. He's the person in the video. And then you have, because you may have videos with more than one person in your language sample. Stephen is our annotator. And let's click on Close. So there we have our tiers. What did I do wrong? I did not add the other tier. So to go back, enter our tier again, and the tier that we put in was English translation. Let's get back to participant, annotator. We must click on Add. Let's add one more tier. Let's add lexical categories, and we can shorten that up to lexcat, participant, annotator. Click on Add, and maybe we can have one more for non-manual markers. Now you may not need to put all of this in each time because you'll be the one working on your annotation. But let's say I put you in groups and you're working in the same file, and each person may be assigned a particular tier to work on. Then you would want to ensure that you have all this information in the annotator, the participant, etc. Especially if your file may have, your movie file may have more than one participant. Let's click on add and then close. Now here's some things we can do. Let's say I wanted my lexical categories to come above my English translation. Click on lexical categories and I can drag it up and it goes above English translation. These buttons are used to control the movie. You can go to the beginning of the media, one scroll view, 1 second, 1 frame before previous pixel. You can play. And let's say this was moving too fast. What could you do? You can adjust the speed by adjusting the controls. Or you can even speed it up even more. So you can speed that up. So let's leave it there. You can adjust the volume, how loud you want the volume to be. Since this has no sound, it doesn't really matter. We can take this off. And you can put subtitles. You can say what order you want the subtitles in. So I could put gloss there. I could put this one's English translation. I could put my lexical categories there and my non-manual markers there. So I can see what are the annotations that I've put in. Let's try and do some annotation. We go to the beginning of the media. Under gloss, so I'm on this tier. I can drag my cursor, and there, when I get to the point where the sign starts, so the first sign, he says hello, and I can select exactly where I think that sign ends, double click and enter the annotation, all in caps, because I want to follow my glossing convention. Then on the PC it will be Control and Enter. On the Mac it's going to be Command and Enter. So I'm using the Mac, so Command and Enter, and I have my first sign. Then I can go again until I want to get my next sign. So the sign starts there. So I want to get that there. Double click my Command and Enter, or Control and Enter if you're on a PC. Then you move to the next sign. Where does the sign start? Sign for name. Name. Double click name, Command and Enter. And it's as easy as that. So let's go again. And we start right there. And I'm going all the way down till the end of the name. See the sign? So I have to go back, right? There we are. Double click. Finger spelling. Remember, I'm using the convention. How do I know this is the convention I want? So I have Command and Enter. I want you to keep referring back to your glossing conventions. So I open up there, and it tells me what I need to do. If I have a finger spelling, FS is the abbreviation for a finger spell word, and it gives me example FS-BOB, and I can go and make my change. Now suppose I did something wrong. They have a dash. I want to follow the glossing convention because I don't want to lose any points. So I can go back here, double click on my annotation, take the backspace there, put the dash, and then I go Command Enter, or Command Return if you are using a Mac, Control Enter on the PC, Command Enter on the Mac, and there I have that. And I can continue. he says, okay, so let's go there. So I want to start there. Name sign. Sign ends there. Click. Name. And this is a compound sign. Yes, name sign. And I can go, and that's the name sign right there. P. Command and Enter. Now, what about the English translation? So I want to go from here, right there, all the way down. Sentence ends there. Double click in there. Hello, full stop. Okay, this is not a, we don't all type in caps. Full stop. My name. What's going on? Okay, is Paulson. Full stop. Command and Enter. Now I've made an error. What do I do? Double click. Erase there. Command and Enter. What about from here now? I can go from there. So let's try it again. There. Double click. My name sign is, it's English we're doing. P is the sign P on the over my eyes, my right eye. Or this is my name sign. Okay, so that's how we do our tears. And now if we go back to the beginning, we can press play and we can see all the glossing. The text is appearing here along the way, and the rest is left up to you. So that brings an end to our first tutorial. Thank you very much.